We open 103 with Zoe, who plays Nynaeve, on a chase away from the Trolloc.
Yeah, this is exactly what I expected someone who did what has been done to the Wheel of Time to look like. This is what I expected him to look like right here. Boom. That's what I expected him to look like. Wow.
We really wanted to tell the story of how Nynaeve arrived.
We really wanted to tell a story about...
Even though we're compressing so much from the books, we do also expand out sometimes and show things that happened in the books but weren't what you read about.
No, you don't. You don't expand out and show things that happened in the book
but weren't what you read about.
You're saying that right on top of showing something that didn't happen in the book. What? So, yeah, okay. All right.
And hopefully those will be exciting things for fans to see too.
No, what the fans wanted was the things that happened in the books to happen on the screen, okay? You didn't do barely any of that. And the stuff that you did do, you've changed it so that it almost doesn't even resemble what happened in the books. Even the most generous of fans are sitting there going, I guess that's from the book. Kind of. Had to be dragged by her braid, didn't she? Okay, well, there's a few problems with that. One is that the human body can't easily be supported by a person's scalp. You're a lot more likely to yank the braid clean out of her fucking head. But even if her scalp is just real fucking strong, it's still gonna hurt really bad. Haven't you ever had your hair pulled? Rafe, pull your hair. Pull on your hair. Just pull. Ow. It's fine. This is like the least idiotic thing in this episode. So let's just move on, shall we?
We've designed this sequence in order to really...
Oh, so you're the director. Hang on a second. Let's find out what you've been responsible for. Okay, Wayne Yip, director. Fallout, that new Fallout series that I heard was terrible. Rings of Power! 4 episodes of the most egregiously horrible television. Wheel of Time, of course, 2 episodes. Let's see what episodes. Season 1, episode 3, season 1, episode 4. So the next 2 episodes. The next episode's called The Dragon Reborn. I don't recall anything in that episode happening that would justify that episode being called The Dragon Reborn.
On her way to the women's circle, she tumbles down.
What? She's not going to the women's circle. What? What are you talking about? The women's circle is not a location. This guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Clearly, he's never even... It's fine. I know what they're talking about because I've seen the episode. They're referring to the sacred pools, which is called they call it the sacred pool. These pools are sacred pools.
This pool is sacred. It's an honor to clean it.
Where she's washing the rocks with a fucking rag. It doesn't matter. The women's circle is not a location. It is a collection of women who live in the 2 rivers. That's what it is. It's a council of women. They get together and they talk about things that are happening in the village, things that need attention, you know, good things that are happening, bad things that are happening, things that you're planning, blah, blah, blah. And the wisdom is the head of the women's circle. It doesn't look, I'm not expecting them to get this far into it, but the fact that this fucking guy doesn't even know that the women's circle is not a cave that has a pool in it, and that's not even addressing the fact that the women's circle in the first episode wasn't in a cave. It was on a cliff, and they push you off the cliff, hopefully to your demise, for your sake, because then you wouldn't have to be in this idiot show.
We have camera operators on high lines, and we have a cable cam which can travel very, very fast, which is great for action shots.
Okay, well, thanks for letting us know how you got the shot. This is an inside look, but whatever.
3, 2, 1, action.
Zoe is an unbelievable athlete. She was running so fast.
Oh my God, she was running.
So fast.
She was running. She was running. Oh my God, she was running. And when she ran, she was a woman running. Dude, why are they spending so much time on this? This is the literal like first 3 minutes of the episode, which didn't happen. Why are they spending so much? Let's just...
The camera car And all of the camera team were like, we've never had an actor outrun this before, ever. Man, woman, anyone.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Ever.
Okay, I'm having violent, nope.
God damn it, I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
I don't want to hit him. I don't want to hit him. You ruined. Just one thing though, Rafe, did you ever consider that maybe nobody ever outran the camera car because they're not supposed to? Did you ever think of that, dude? They're trying to get a shot. They're not racing. If you get too close to the camera, you got no shot now. So if she's running too fast, that kind of means that she's stupid. Oh my God, she is so athletic. She's like the Flash. She can run so much faster than any man I have ever seen.
Ever. Man, woman, anyone.
She's an actress. This is her job. This is what she fucking does. I would imagine that part of being an actor is knowing where the camera is and having some kind of an idea of what kind of shot you're trying to get. So if she's outrunning the camera car, that kind of means she sucks at her job.
Where are my friends? She's tracked Lan, which is incredibly surprising to us because Lan is one of the best people at evading being followed.
Yeah, and you haven't set that up in the slightest. That's true. Lan is really, really, really good at what he does. And the fact that she's able to track him even over a short distance to Lan would have been like, oh shit, I am fucking slipping. In the book, she gets within like 20 feet of their camp and starts eavesdropping on their conversation, which of course doesn't happen in the show because that would have been an opportunity to world build and to develop character and to get a little exposition that doesn't feel forced. No. We don't want to do that. That's good storytelling. We don't want to have any good story. Why would we want that? We want shitty storytelling. Only in the show, she gets the knife to his throat. Nynaeve is good at tracking. This is true, but she's not that good. Guess who taught Nynaeve how to stalk? It was Tam Althor, Rand's father, who is a blade master, and he got owned by one Trolloc. And then they had not one, but two little women completely outdo him. They did him dirty, just like they did Abelcothan. We talked about this in the last episode, but they basically made him into a philanderer and a pedo. They're making Lan completely incompetent. If you think about like the stuff that he actually does, aside from the first episode where he actually gets to have a moment where he shows his combat skill, mostly he does nothing. He gets snuck up on by a farm girl. What does he do? They made Matt into a thief.
So, what do you have for me this year?
They axed Tom completely from the beginning of the story, and then they made him into a thief. Perrin is a deadbeat husband who kills his wife on accident because he's a dumb fuck. Rand is a whiny bitch.
No!
They gave Bran Alvear like one line.
I was worried though.
Who else is there?
Is there no one else?
Episode 3 is the first time Lan and Nynaeve are really spending time together, and you immediately get that these are two characters that have a very strong code of honor.
Are you ready to help now?
If I help her, she best give me the answers I want.
Are you really in a position to be making demands?
It's not a demand, it's a threat. She's gonna die without treatment. You know that. I don't see another wisdom around here, do you?
It's true that Nynaeve has like a code. She will help you whether she likes you or not, whether she thinks you deserve it or not. Her entire character is healer. That's what she is. That's what she does. As the wisdom, she's the healer of the village. She's like a very paternal figure. She puts her life on the line to track down and try and help the Emmons Fielders. She has an incredibly strong sense of loyalty and home, and she's extremely stringent in all of that. Anything that doesn't coincide with that code she disapproves of is unacceptable and needs to be bypassed or changed. That's how Nynaeve is, for better or worse. But the main thing about her is that she's a healer.
I may not like her, it is true, Nynaeve was saying to the warder as Rand, leading Bella and Cloud, came in behind Tom. But I help anyone who needs my help. whether I like them or not.
But not only that, though, she knows that Moiraine and Lan are the only link she has to the Two Rivers people. If she allows Moiraine to die,
It's not a demand, it's a threat.
there's no way for her to reconnect with them without just trying to track them down herself. And that's going to take way longer. And by then they could easily have been scooped up by the fucking Trollocs and taken to the Dark One or killed or whatever. She doesn't quite know how high the stakes are, but from what she does know, the stakes are rather high. So her refusing to help Moiraine is not just incredibly stupid of her if her goal is to find the Two Rivers people, but it's also completely outside of her character. It's character assassination in layers.
The two actors just have such great chemistry together.
I see no evidence of that whatsoever.
You can already begin to feel where the relationship is headed for the two of them.
No, you can't, because you didn't set it up properly. In fairness, they didn't set it up very well in the book either, but you could have fixed that. You didn't, because you suck. Everybody, a lot of it you wouldn't even see unless you read the books and you know how these characters really are. You know, for people who haven't read the books, they're like, I don't know, maybe that character is supposed to be a piece of shit.
For a lot of these stories in the first book, we had to find our way to tell that whole story in 1 or 2 episodes.
And I suck really, really bad at my job. So I had to just, I just made a bunch of shit up.
We combined a lot of the Matt and Rand story into this one piece in Brain Springs.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it feels like you did. You know what you could have done? This is provided that you couldn't have had Tom in the first episode with them this entire time and had Tom actually be Tom Merrilin and not some fucking cowboy in a duster, which is what? God, you're so fucking retarded. Anyway, if Tom needs to be introduced in this episode, then what you do is you have them go to a village that is actually important in the books, and this quarry place isn't one of those. Like the most important stops along the road in the book are White Bridge, which is what I would have chosen, because then you can show the White Bridge, and then that would have given fans like a thing to look at that they've been picturing in their head. The Grinwell's farm, where they realize that they can play for their supper. Market Sharon, where they meet the nameless female dark friend. Or the Dancing Cartman, the inn that they stop at in Four Kings, where they meet the male dark friend, Howell Goad, who basically triggers a reaction from one of the characters that I won't spoil, but that is an incredibly important reaction. All of that stuff is important, and all of that stuff was great and fun and really should have been this entire episode. And then next episode should have been all Perrin and Egwene, but you tried to cram it all into one because you wanted to make room for gay.
You fucked it up!
One of the really important aspects of Matt and Rand's story is that Tom is with them, has been since the beginning, and they get separated from him. And the way that happens and the effect that has on them as characters, all of that is incredibly important. But you've cut Tom out of the entire beginning of the story. So now, having made that absolutely retarded decision, you have to fix that. But you're the moron who did it in the first place. So, of course, your fix for that is going to also be retarded. And that's what we get in episode 3. There you go.
You go to an inn that we called the Four Kings, and you can actually see Four King statues.
And you can actually see the Four King statues. Oh my God. Yeah, you don't even have the signs that are traditional for this world. Not only that, the village is called Four Kings. The inn isn't called Four Kings. Why are you so stupid?
It's where they meet Tom Merrilin, who was in the Two Rivers in the book.
Donation for the Gleeman?
Yeah, and he steals their money because, of course, yeah, sure, that's exactly what Tom Merrilin would do. He would 100% pickpocket a fucking country youth who doesn't know any better and then steal their money and just steal it. He stole it.
Tom is a bit different from the books.
A bit different?
He's not good, he's not bad. He gets the job done, and he has a good time while doing it.
The idea of characters not being good or bad is the main thing that's wrong with this adaptation, because this story is very much about good versus evil. It's a very Tolkienian story in that sense. So when you try to Game of Thrones it up, you basically poison the soul of this story, and then it gets all corrupted and it turns into this.
Nothing like a bit of slap and tickle to sort out relationship woes.
Don't interfere. I'm doing this for all of us.
So bad. Just make your own shit. If you want to have like a gay story with gay people in it and have them be all gay and fucking... Look, I don't have a problem with you making gay shit. I have a problem with you making my non-gay shit into gay shit. One of the reasons that we have a problem with that is because whenever you do that, you always make it really crappy. It's bad. It's lazy. It doesn't give a fuck about anything except for the identity politics part. And it shows in the writing because you just kind of jam it in there.
Right, guys, because of gay?
These beers are on the house for you both, whatever you are.
Well, have his. He's done bugger all. Unless you're working.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, she is working. There's literally nobody running the inn now. Yeah, that's right. Matt's a thief, so he's going to go steal this gem that is still attached to this dead body that's being displayed outside of Bree Spring. A gem about that big around that no one took. Like, this is the kind of retarded writing we're dealing with here. The only thing I can think of is you just don't give a fuck and you're lazy. You needed Matt to come out here because this is when you wanted to do the scene with Tom Merrilin and you couldn't be bothered to come up with another idea. So that's why it's still here. That's just laziness and apathy. That's why the gem on the outside of the body exists. God, it's so... It's okay. Oh, and then when Tom shows up, they even have like a... You might as well have like the hawk sound as well. Oh, dude.
Don't want to hurt you.
You'll bleed out before you could lay a finger on me.
I've not survived Trollocs to die at the hands of a singer.
I'm pretty sure they don't use any dialogue from the books. Not that there would be any dialogue to use from the books for this scene, because this scene doesn't exist in the books. But yeah, there you go. Whatever.
What kind of farm boy from the Two Rivers has met a Trolloc?
Who says I'm from the Two Rivers?
It's written all over you. Your speech, your dress, your asinine attitude.
The Two Rivers people are not asinine. The Two Rivers people are simple. Not like that. Whatever. Moving on.
Stubborn as a mule.
He hasn't shown you any stubbornness. It's just paying meaningless lip service to something from the book to appease the fans that are just starving and just like will gobble up any little scraps that you throw them.
But it is rare to see that color of hair outside the high-heel waist.
Stories say they're as bad as Trollocs.
I don't. This is the last time I'll ask you. What are you doing here?
Need money to get home. Thought he might have some. Not like he needs it.
None of this happened in the book. Okay, first of all, none of this happened in the book. So this is all just made up. But so Tom cuts down this Aiel who was murdered by cowards, as he put it. And then he lets Matt rob his corpse.
We've all had desperate moments. Tell me when you're finished.
I'm done.
So not only is Matt definitely still a thief, but he's a fucking corpse thief? Grave robber as well? What the fuck? Oh, okay, that's fine. That's great. It's just character assassination. Matt would never do that. Tom would never allow that. So Tom cares enough about this guy to cut him down, but he's still letting Matt rob him. None of it makes sense. It's Let's move on. He totally steals from this fucking corpse. What a it's so bad.
I know all the places. I hear the miners and the travelers talk about everywhere. And here I am just hearing what I want to be seeing.
Yeah, so this innkeeper, or whatever she is just hanging out with Rand, drinking, instead of watching her in a place where it's already been established that people steal all the time.
You can't trust anyone in here.
We are also spending a pretty decent chunk of time on this character. This character gets a lot of screen time. This is what I'm saying. She's not a stand-in for any of the other characters. She's a replacement for the other characters.
I don't know shit, really.
Ugh. Fucking modern day Hollywood bullshit. Fuck you. Stop it. Use the book. Use what's in the book, because first of all, it's actually really good dialogue, and second of all, it's in the book that you're adapting, so that's what you're supposed to be using. Stop making up shit. Stop writing your own things. You are not good at writing. You are bad at writing. You're adapting somebody else's work, so use the thing you're adapting so that I don't have a fucking aneurysm. You're fired. Again, you're fired a lot. God, I hate you. Yeah, Rand isn't like a badass at this point, but he's a man way bigger than her. But of course, she owns him because... And of course, she totally takes his own fucking sword and holds it. Oh, okay.
And like I said, no one can hear a thing outside.
Yeah, I guess, if you say so. But we are still working within the confines of actual, like, real-life physics, right? Where sound happens.
Rand, come on!
So this is meant to take the place of that reaction that I was talking about a little bit earlier. But of course, the way it's done here, you would never know, because Rand literally he uses his brute strength to break down the door. That's it. Yeah, not the way it works, but whatever, fine. And then he runs away from her. Do you know how important that sword is to Rand? No, of course you don't know. That would mean that Rafe Fuckstain had set that up in any way, shape, or form. But all the stuff that was supposed to happen in the first episode that they cut completely out, that's where we get the importance of that sword. But now he just sort of leaves it behind, like it doesn't mean a goddamn thing to him. They're basically copying the book's homework, and then they change it so much that they still get an F on the homework.
What?
She's got a sword. Okay, I think we can take her. Get a stick. Two grown-ass men running away from one little-ass girl. And they're kind of making it seem like she has some kind of powers. But she's a dark friend. Dark friends don't have powers. I don't know what they're fucking doing.
But only one of you matters. Only one of you can be it.
5. Be what?
The dragon.
Yeah, this is yet another instance where they imply that the dragon could be a woman. Now, we've gone over this already, but the dragon can't be a woman because the dragon is a man. It's intrinsically linked to the pattern that the dragon is a man, because people's souls are gendered. You know why they're gendered? Because the one power is gendered. Not only that, it destroys the stakes. We've already gone over this. I'm not doing it again. Okay? Watch episode 1.
Who are you?
Doesn't matter who I am.
Yeah, nobody.
What matters is who I'm
completely
gonna be.
made up character.
And to think of all the people who serve the dark, from fishermen to queens, it'll be...
Oh my god, you could at least teach her how to hold a fucking sword.
You let the dark one kill us.
He doesn't want to kill you. That's what the Aes Sedai want. He wants you to save us. Can't you see that? The wheel keeps turning and people keep hurting. Sorry. Flood, drought, war, sisters murdering their brothers, children killing their parents.
Okay, I guess she was talking about war. but that's implying that the Dark One wants to end wars, or that the Dark Friends think that's what he wants to do. I mean, that's not true. Not only that, the dragon isn't prophesied to break the wheel. That's what the Dark One is prophesied to do. How can you be this wrong? I'm not even mad. This is just impressive.
We're gonna leave now.
Are you?
Oh.
I called from the...
She's real intimidating, this one. Whew.
And you can't outrun a fate.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Well, at least now we know they didn't pick her based on merit. Lel. Bye-bye.
We need to leave now.
We're not going anywhere with you.
The acting is terrible. It's fine.
Where are you going?
Just stop making fun of the acting. Ooh, Nynaeve's wearing the wrong color.
We've been heading southwest for 3 hours.
We captured a man calling himself the Dragon Reborn.
That's Leandrin. Leandrin is supposed to be hot. She's not supposed to look like her face was stung by 9,000 bees.
Moraine Sedai.
She's got a lantern jaw, too.
It's really important, this idea of a man who can channel. His arrival is a hugely impactful moment for the series.
Not really. Logain is actually quite a small character. He has a really important role that only manifests in like the last 3 books or so. But even then, it's not a big part. They are spending a lot of time on it because clearly Rafe Cuckstain thinks that Logain is a much, much bigger part of the story than he actually is, which is more support of the idea that he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Wrong! You're wrong! Again, you're wrong, dude.
It's taking 2 of the most powerful Aes Sedai to contain him, and that really rocks Moraine's world because she would expect one of them to be able to handle him on her own, and they can't.
Yeah, he's pretty powerful, but that's another thing they got completely wrong. But I'll save it for episode 4. I can't get into it. I will have a heart attack. There you go. That's episode 3. Episode 3 is just as bad as episode 2 and episode 1. They're all battling for first place in the shittiest fucking episode contest, and they're all winning. This show is... It's not great. Thanks for watching, guys. If you are enjoying this series, please like, share, and subscribe. If you like talking about this kind of stuff, join the Discord. It's really cool to have people to talk about this stuff with. Otherwise, follow me on X. All my links are in the description, and I will see you guys in episode 4. I don't want to talk about it. I'll see you in episode 4. Peace. Cuckstain, shit fuck, nipple clamps.
I know all the places. I hear the miners and the travelers talk about.
God, you have bad skin. You couldn't have gotten somebody who wasn't having a fucking acne breakout at... That's mean. Yeah, look at this like to dislike ratio. This is fine. This show is awful. Why do people like this show? Why? Like, what is with this fucking braid? Shit, it's like 9 feet long and it's like 4 feet in diameter. It's almost like Rafe Judkins thinks that the woman with the biggest braid has the most authority. What we want to do is force a bunch of shit and make up a bunch of dumb shit, change a bunch of good shit into bad shit, and keep some stuff but shit on those things. That's what we want to do. Now, maybe Rafe Judkins has read the books, and maybe he's really passionate about the source material like he's supposed to be. Maybe that's true, but then the only explanation is gross incompetence. Either way, it's absolutely fucking horrible. So basically, this whole thing is a big mashup done really poorly with a woke agenda undercutting everything and just a complete moron at the helm. And yeah, that's pretty much what this episode feels like.